Sheila, it's been
Oh
so
my God, it's
long.
Anna.
I know it's been a long time. And I'm very excited to see you. I've seen you on Facebook and different pictures of you doing things and being in very small places.
Oh,
Um, so very cool.
it
Have you
was.
guys
We had a good time.
So to our viewers, Sheila and her husband went on a train tour, it looks like.
Yep.
Um, and they had like the little car and it was very little.
It was
Um,
poquitito. That's my
yes.
Spanish.
So have you guys done the Orient Express?
No, we just did
Okay.
the auto train, and so on the way up, we actually got like
There's such a
a
comparison there.
I know we did like a full size bed, but Alan still had to get up top because I don't think I could have sat on the bed with him and a kitten. I mean, it was still
Oh,
tiny. And then way back, we had this little roomette, which was like, as my dad would say, cheek to jowls. And the minute the bed went down, it was like poor Alan's going, how do I get down? So
no.
yeah, it was pretty
Well,
funny though.
and plus you just had the hip replacement. So I don't know if you
I
still
know.
have to sleep with the
No, no,
divider. Oh, you
no,
don't?
I'm fine. Yeah.
Oh,
It's all good. But we came back with like 35 bottles of wine, so we did actually have to take the car with us.
oh, I see. Bottles of wine from where?
Virginia has over 400 wineries and vineyards, and
Yeah.
so we visited a whole bunch of our favorite ones. It was great. Um, there was also a vineyard that we went to called Quattro Goombas, which is four friends. And Alan plays bocce ball, so he got wine for the Goombas.
Oi. So, I didn't know Virginia had wine. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't
It's
know.
really good. They have wine, and they're starting to get out into beer and
Okay.
distilleries. Yep.
Okay.
George Washington was the very first vintner or winemaker in Virginia. And he brought grapes over with him. And Thomas Jefferson brought more when he was the ambassador to France. He brought more grapes over.
Mm.
And
Okay.
they're really yummy.
So
But
this all goes back to Thomas Jefferson, which I'm really not sure how I feel about Thomas Jefferson lately, but okay.
yeah,
Maybe we won't like
I went to the University of Virginia for graduate work, and he had a beautiful school, and that's what he was most proud of.
okay. Well, I can give him that, but otherwise we don't really want to talk about Thomas Jefferson.
No, but I have a question to ask you.
What? Hey, before I forget, you can ask
Yes.
me that question in just a minute, but I'm noticing the little footer, whatever the thing is called. What is that called where it goes across the screen?
Words?
No, there's a name for it. I forget what it's
I don't
called.
know.
Ticker thing.
Ticker.
I think that we have a grammatical error. I think it should be like, follow, and share. I don't think we need the comma there
Yes,
anymore.
you do.
No,
There was a
I don't think you do.
yes, you do.
I
Because we'll
I
have to
think
ask Miss Grammar Queen when she's our producer.
But I think it's technically correct either way, but I don't like the comma, and I think they just changed the rules, and I don't like that they changed the rule and she's actually texting me. She's saying that I am right. What is she saying? That I don't know what that word means, but she says that I think where it says that we're right. I don't know, but that kind of bothers me. The whole comma thing, because I learned a certain way. The Oxford comma, yes, I hate that too. I learned a certain way, and I just can't get over that. I just can't get over like the split derivatives and they don't teach kids. I think we've had this discussion before, Sheila,
They don't teach
that
kids anything.
they don't teach them. Well, they don't teach them cursive, which is really funny, but they also don't teach them what is it? The sentence diagrams.
Oh yeah.
They don't teach them that anymore. And I do that in my head when I'm writing out a sentence. Like if I can't figure out if it's, I do that. So I don't know how one would actually, how would they function? Or they just, I guess they just talk and just use text language like duh, bruh,
Have you
duh.
have you been on Twitter?
No. And you guys keep telling me, but I just can't do it. I can't go on Twitter.
So there's a famous lawsuit, and I can't remember the name of the lawsuit, but it was written. So let's say an example would be
Is it Wayfair? That's a very famous
no.
lawsuit. Is
So
it
there were three. Nope.
Joyce and Finnegan? Those are also very famous lawsuits. It's all
It was
tax related.
there were three siblings, and the
Yeah.
estate was written so that it went to like Aaron, Sheila, and Anna. And the probate person gave half the estate to Aaron, and the other half went to Sheila and Anna to split. And they sued, saying it should be split 3 ways. And the judge said no, because when you join two things together with and no comma, it means they're joined together permanently.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Because you can follow something, you don't have to share it. You can share something, but you don't have to follow it. We'll have to get it.
I just don't like the comma. But you were asking me a question, and then I totally.
So my question was, has Dan been on the Appalachian Trail recently? Because rumor has it that the gentleman that they're looking for down here in Florida over his missing girlfriend was spotted on the AT.
A whole bunch of crazy people are on the AT. So that doesn't surprise me. I think the Unabomber was on there for a while.
Probably.
There's a whole bunch of crazy people. I mean, AT's not for sane folk.
Well, and we got Dog the Bounty Hunter down here saying he's at Fort DeSoto.
Right. The bounty hunter?
Dog the Bounty Hunter saying that this guy, whatever his name is camping out at Fort DeSoto. Oh. So he's been flying planes over saying, I'm going to catch you, bro. I'm going to catch you. That's pretty entertaining.
I don't know. I think about what I think now. I was there actually over the weekend. I didn't go to any of the festivities, which I know they had a lot of festivities over the weekend, but I had to go, and I have to take care of some doctor things, which Sheila has helped me out in the past with. So where was I going with this? Oh, what I think is very interesting is that the media is paying so much attention to this poor girl and her plight, but she looks like us, Sheila.
Yeah.
So what about the other ones that don't look like us? And they're not getting any media attention.
Well, and what about the indigenous women who about 10 every month go missing and nobody cares?
I guess that's my point.
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate, and I hate that for her family, but on the other side, like, okay, there's other things that happen, and how can we only hear about this?
Yeah. Because she's cute, she's blonde, she was on Instagram, and that's it. TV, she looked cute on TV.
Yes. And then the other thing before we bring our guest on, and I shouldn't bring this up, but I'm going to.
Tell me.
So I hear that our local high school had Spirit Week, right? Oh, yes, I'm bringing it up, Sheila. You know what I'm going to bring up?
America.
Yes. And so one of the days they had was called America. And
Not America.
I know, America. And so I don't know, because a long time ago, before the whole previous administration, was it Stephen Corbett? Was it him?
I don't know.
He would have this character that would talk like that and say America, right? But before it kind of caught on to this other type of folks that like that kind of terminology, it definitely wasn't patriotic. In my opinion, I don't think it was a patriotic intent.
No, I don't either. And apparently the kids were outside chanting things about what you should do with Joe Biden. Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Can you imagine if they had some kind of celebration like that when Obama was president? Can you imagine?
Yeah, that never would have happened.
Yeah. So enough already.
But so far, I have seen in our little dinky town of Fishhawk, 3 people with the 1776 conspiracy theory T-shirts on in the last 24 hours.
They just need more things to do.
I know.
Really?
Right?
I mean, that's what you're focused on. There's so many things in this world, and that's what you're focused on.
I know. So let's focus on something fun and something we can do.
That's absolutely right.
And the whole reason for the season and our guest today is because there's a massive voter registration drive on, let me see what it says, Wednesday, October 6th. So we are bringing in our guest. Erin, can you bring our guest in for us?
You have to introduce her. She won't bring him on until you introduce her. I have learned that the hard way. It is Julie Jenkins. See? There you go. Now, Erin will not bring you on until I say your name, and I found that out the hard way because another guest, I was just going on and on, like waiting for the person to come in, and yeah, it was kind of funny, and how I'm able to kind of just talk and talk and talk for no reason. But welcome, Julie. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me. I learned a few things already on those commas. You know what else is aggravating?
What?
Me and I. I and me. That's
Mm,
all changed too.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
So it's nuts. But thanks for having me. I ran into Melinda at the march downtown.
How was it?
It was great. I was at the 10 a.m. march in downtown Tampa. Then they had one at 1. And then I went over to St. Pete at 4, and they had about 5,000 people there.
And Julie, it's
Wow.
all because you learned about that on our show last week because we had a representative from every parade and
That
they
is
talked to, so
true.
that's how you found out, right?
That is true. That is
Mhm.
true. And I originally was going to go to the St. Pete one, but then I found it was 4. But I had so much fun at the 10 that I thought I'm going to go to the 4 too.
That's awesome. And so to our viewers, Julie Jenkins, this name sounds quite familiar. Why does that sound familiar?
Yes, it does. Did you run for office at some point?
Yes, maybe she was Miss Florida. I think so.
Well, for a while there, I was the heiress, Julie Jenkins, somebody, the Publix heiress that funded the Trump, that Trump.
Julie, I didn't know you did that.
It wasn't me, but I got
Oh,
15,000 hits. And finally, we had to put a little emoji up with a smiley face. No, I'm not the Publix heiress.
oh,
And I,
God.
I wouldn't want to be after what she did, funding all that money January 6th to our insurrectionists.
yeah,
No.
I know. I didn't go to Publix for a long time after that.
Me too. Me
It
too.
was very hard because then all we have is the Winn-Dixie over here.
Yeah.
So that was very hard.
Well, you'll have to come shop in our neck of the woods. We got the fresh market, Sprouts,
Yeah,
all
we
that
have
Oh,
that,
stuff.
but that's like another 5 miles, so I'm not gonna do that, you know?
oh my God, Anna.
Yeah, no, I'm not going the extra 5 miles. Nope. Not doing it, not doing it. So
Instacart, Instacart, let them deliver.
Yeah.
yeah, but then I like to choose the produce and, my husband likes to make sure the peaches have been horrible this year. Why is
Yep.
that? The peaches have been abysmal.
Climate change.
You think? Oh,
Then, yep. So,
well,
Julie,
so
before
anyway,
we digress
Julie,
again, yes,
Sounds good to me, Sheila.
yeah,
Julie, our climate change expert.
yes, because it impacts our peach pie, so that's when it gets real. That's when stuff starts getting real, Sheila, when our pies are impacted.
Yeah, but we still know where the blueberry pie lady is. So, Julie, we'll have to introduce you to the blueberry pie lady. She lives out here. She's awesome.
Yum.
Yes, she's probably texting you right now. So, Julie, tell us about Get Out the Vote in this big rally. What's going on?
Big rally this Wednesday on the 6th. And it started a few months ago where we said, you know what, we've really got to do something to get people fired up and just hyped. When I talked to Representative Castor's office today, I said, listen, this is informal. And they said, we get it. This is just pump everybody up. And that's what we're hoping to do. We've got about 30 different groups from the NAACP to the Urban League to LGBTQ, the Young Democrats, the Hillsborough County Democratic Women's Club, and the list goes on and on and on. The invite that I sent to you, there's a QR code, which
Mhm.
is way above my pay grade. But, in that little box, it'll tell you all those 30 different groups that are going to be there and many more. And we originally just had down Senator Cruz, Janet Cruz, and Elio Mueller from Casa Biden that did very well during the campaign season last year. And now we've got Kathy Castor that is coming. She didn't think she was going to be able to make it due to her schedule. We just heard today ran into Senator or Representative Finch Driscoll on Saturday, and she's possibly going to be there too. She put it down on her calendar to show up. So we're excited. Just to digress just a little bit,
Oh, because we never do that here. We talk about commas and
I've seen you all in action, so I'm going to
yeah.
digress just a bit. Just tell me to be quiet when I go too far. But last year, I did run for public office. I ran as state representative for District 60. Didn't win, but COVID and everything else that was going on, we did a lot of things, got a lot of press. But the reason I mention it is if I was running this time, we would change things up because everybody was so afraid of COVID. And the NAACP president said to me, if we don't go door to door like the Republicans did a
Mhm.
few months out more than we did, and if we don't hit it hard, we're going to be in the same
Mhm.
problem mess that we were the
Mhm.
last election in November, that our mouths were just a gap, just,
Mhm.
oh my God, because it was a blue state. We thought it was going to go blue again, a blue tsunami, because in what was it, 2018, it was a
Mhm.
blue wave. So we're thinking blue tsunami. In politics, you can never know what's going to happen. Trust me.
Well, yeah, and then when we got all the information, when we went door to door, and we weren't allowed to go door to door, we could go kind of drop, but there was a lot of rules.
Yes.
And yeah, the Republicans didn't really care, and they were, I mean, obviously they're very impactful. So I'm glad that the Democratic Party is kind of wised up to that and try to be a lot more aggressive in some respects. I think they have a long way to go, in my opinion, as to where they need to kind of focus their efforts and to be a little bit more aggressive in terms of how we can talk about this for a long time, but in terms of how they target and their approach to things, and it's kind of like they don't support the candidates as much as they should. We can go on and on and on, but I'm glad they're taking, we are at least locally making forth this effort, right?
Yeah, local.
I am not speaking for the Democratic Party.
I prefaced, comma.
Yes, you did very good, that comma there.
Semicolon.
And semicolon.
That's the reason that we're doing what we're doing. The host originally started out as the South Tampa Democrats, and then we said, let's widen this space out. And I spoke to Nikki Fried about a month ago, and I spoke to her, one of her campaign aides, and I told them the same thing. I said, if we do not make the effort, we made the effort in what we did. We were working 8 days a week doing it, but the door dropping and all, the Republicans never stopped, and we've got to do that.
Agree. We've had a couple of folks on this show over now we can say years. There's been a consistent message is that we as Democrats really need to put forth a different effort, or it's the same thing that we've been doing year over year. It's not working. Right. It's not working. So let's try to find something else. And we do have this young, huge population that I think would vote in our favor if we could just get them to vote, right?
Yeah. If we could just get them to vote. And that's what we're hoping for this year. You can always hope, right? But the young Democrats here locally, they're pumped up. But I'll tell you, the other side, they've got 200 members where we've got, less than 100. So you're right, Anna. Yeah. We've got to get our younger people more active and involved. So
we definitely do.
Well, so, and we have to reach them where they're reachable, which today everything went down. I mean, they're on Instagram, they're on WhatsApp. We have to go where these younger voters are, and the Dems are not doing a really good job of that.
We're going where they are. We don't know what we're doing, but we still do it, right? Yeah, we definitely, they definitely need to. And I think there's a huge untapped and educated population that they're just not reaching. And you can see the power. Look at what Stacey Abrams did, right? We could do that here.
We can. But I'll tell you, the guy that's running the Young Democrats, his name is Michael. And he's part of Equality. He's one of their, board guys that speaks to the TV stations. He'd be a good person to have on too. You'd get the young crowd and that whole mix right there. He's really good. So if you need his name and number, Sheila and Anna, just let me know. I'll send it to you.
Yes, we need lots of people. We've had some really good guests, including Julie Jenkins. We've had some really good guests, but it's always good to have more and get the word out, right? Because we're coming to their medium, so they should come to us. Like we're cool.
You guys are hot.
You
guys are hot out there, and I hope that you're going to come. I almost said January 6th. I hope you're going to come October 6th to this event because I want to announce you. Guess who's here?
Let me see.
Cup of Joe.
You know what? I got nothing on my calendar.
There you go. There you go.
Because we're gonna have.
I'm gonna make Melinda come with me.
Okay. Well, she'll come.
Yeah, Melinda's the one that got me here. Her and Laura
Hottenstein.
Yes, Hottenstein. I almost said Wanestein. I was like, that's not the name.
No, it's Hottenstein. Yeah.
It's been one of those days.
I getcha. So get out the vote. We have the links. Hopefully Aaron's going to put them on here. And Aaron wanted me to say that this is being recorded because some kind of Facebook outage. Is that correct?
But it's back. It's back.
Oh. It's back. Yeah, and you've heard the conspiracies, right?
No, I didn't even know Facebook was down. What's going on?
Well, last night, one of the Facebook former executives, young woman, was on talking to 60 Minutes, and she's a whistleblower. And then today, everything went down. So that everyone's like, they're coming after us. But we're back up, so.
Well, it's back up, and I find it interesting that for a group as large as Facebook that can manipulate algorithms to whatever they want, they couldn't get back online for 6 hours.
Yep.
So something went bad there, and they had a denial of service, which I always find humorous. that somebody was sending out stuff to get on Facebook and it overwhelmed their servers, but they should have been able to figure this out. So
maybe it was a cyber attack. They don't want to say. Maybe they got a hold of something and was held for ransom. Who knows?
I'm hoping it was anonymous.
And Anna and Sheila, just one last thing I want to say too. We're doing this venue. It's on the dock, on the water. So it's kind of, kind of fun, little bit of, cool weather on the dock side with the, wind going through. So on top of helping the Dems turn us blue again, we're going to give you water too, and you're going to have a great view.
Turn Florida blue in 22. What is it?
That's good. I'm going to use that tagline. Turn Florida blue in 2022.
Flip Florida blue in 2022. I'll send you the link. I made shirts.
And we have flip-flops. You get it. Flip Florida blue in 22.
Hey,
everybody should wear blue flip-flops.
Yeah.
We appreciate women like you that keep us out there and telling the stories. We need continue it. We need it. You know what I'm saying? Because there's too many on the other side that are just saying so many things that are just not true.
Yes, and we here have very interesting conversations about grammatical errors. So, I mean, come on. We have the draw. We have the ability to draw more people and be an interesting topic.
Well, I guess it's better than horse paste that goes in your tushy.
Well, thanks you all, and I hope you can make it.
Yes, Julie, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Julie.
Thank you. I'll keep listening.
Bye. Yay. See you Wednesday.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Yay!
That was nice. Hopefully she'll run again and win.
I know. That would be great.
Yeah. So what else? You were going to ask me another question. I forgot what there's my light going off, because if I don't move around, the light comes off, and then I know. Whatever.
No, it was just the AT, which I thought was pretty funny. I was like, I wonder if Dan's out there looking for him.
Oh, Dan. Yeah. So I'm sure he probably knows. I'll when I go home, I'll ask him if he's heard about it. So, so we have some breaks over the next couple of weeks because of holidays and things, right?
Yep. Next week is definitely a break.
Yeah.
Because it's Columbus Day, or I won't tell you what day I think it is, but it's Columbus Day. So
I think it's Indigenous People Day.
It is Indigenous People Day.
Mm-hmm. We'll go with that instead. It's also Columbus Day, so some people get very upset about,
Well, the whole reason Columbus came over.
I know. I thought you were going to go down the whole reason it was named Columbus Day is because there was some sort of issue against Italians. So this is true. And so they I forget what president was, made it on holiday to appeal to the Italian Americans. I'm not lying. You can look it up on Google.
Okay, I would believe that. But the whole reason Columbus came is he got kicked out of Spain. The whole reason he got kicked out of Spain is because he had some personal issues. And they said, look, get on a boat, go find something. And if you don't find anything, don't come back. It was like his exile. So he took 3 boats. And when he got to the New World, you know what he did? He burned those damn boats to the ground.
Did he?
Yep.
Well, he didn't really discover America, as we all know.
No, America was already here. He just invaded it with.
True. But no, it was the Vikings years before. So.
My people.
I know. But whatever.
You see my Viking hair? Yeah.
It's the Euro history of America.
Yes. And I don't know a lot of history about America. I mean, I know what I was taught.
I know, which isn't really right. Isn't that sad? Anyway, we are digressing again into not very popular subject matters again. But yeah, no, I think there is a lot of controversy around Columbus Day, but some people are very attached to it. Some members of my very close friends are, so we don't want to go down that path. But I guess just say it's just People Day.
It's Indigenous People Day.
It's Indigenous people, and it's a day to celebrate when you accomplish something and somebody else takes credit for it. This is the day for you.
Yes. Right. And are you working on Monday?
Yes.
So it's really not a big holiday.
No, I should think of something we should do for Columbus Day here. I don't know what we do. Maybe we should just burn down some ships in the parking lot.
Or you can go to the dollar store and get little tiny boats and just give everybody 3 boats.
That's a good idea.
And like little magic markers, and they can paint designs on the little ships.
Yeah, give everyone 3 little ships.
Yep.
And a rock.
So I grew up in Massachusetts, and we used to go to Plymouth Rock once a year. It was our like field trip. And so I went back as I was an older adult, and there were people there who were from all over the country going, "What the hell? It's just a rock in a cage with beer bottles thrown on it." I'm like, what did you expect? It's a rock, you
It's a
know?
rock. It's a rock.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure nobody stepped on that darn rock, because it was at high tide, it would have been obscured. And I don't think that boat could have gotten in any closer than it already was. So
I
just
don't know.
saying,
I haven't been there, so I don't know what you speak of. But
it's a rock in a cage.
okay.
Yep.
We should have a rock in a cage and charge admission here.
We should.
Fish Hawk Rock.
I'll go find one for you.
Fish Hawk Rock, Schoolhouse Rock. But anyway, we're digressing again. So tune in to us in the next couple of weeks. We'll have some information about speakers and guests. Hopefully we can get some great people on our show, because I'm so excited that Julie watches us. That was so,
Yeah, I know.
that's great.
And now we have to go. At least Melinda and I will be going. Melinda, if you're watching this, you're coming, so don't worry about it.
Just get the wheelchair and just put her in there and just.
Did you see the sign she had at the
I know, I
parade?
saw that. I did see that. That was funny. That
It
was
was
funny.
really funny.
Yes.
Anyway,
All right. So
until
next time.
Bye.
To Ruth, you forget.
To
You don't have
Ruth.
coffee anymore. To Ruth.
I know. To Ruth.